I know we've been dealing with this since we were young. You know, when you were ready to eat, and you already said it. You was like, well, shoot, I want to eat, and so you should be hungry. Okay, so 15 years later, what do you think about that statement that you used to make when you were younger?
Oh, that's just completely incorrect.
Why?
Because your system is different.
There you go. And we used to get in some real serious little discussions about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know how to communicate, right?
Yeah.
I would automatically go to anger, which is ridiculous, right? But I'm like 40 something years old now. I can't do that, right? Mama can't do that anymore. And I understand that, and don't you?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like communicate to you and say, you know what? How about this? I'm going to tell you, okay? I am going to say that I do not like soggy bread.
Okay.
If you see soggy bread, I don't like it. So therefore, there's no reason for you to ask me, do I want it? Even if it's the last thing on the plate. I don't want that soggy bread.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me something that I need to know about you so I don't have to ever question it. Go ahead. This is going up on the you.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Something
we're
about me?
not gonna let this discussion go to waste.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We gonna make content out of it because that's what the content providers do. We make content pretty much out of anything.
Okay.
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 Let's do it.
One thing that I have trouble with is doing two things at once. So when I'm working on the computer, I noticed that as when I'm older, now that I'm older, when I'm on the computer, I really have problems hearing. So you could be saying things to me, and I may not actually fully
Well,
understand.
if I'm talking to you outside the room, right?
Yes.
How can I know what you're doing unless you what?
I mean, if we're in the same room.
Well, even if we're not, because sometimes we're not in the same room.
Okay.
So what do you need to tell me?
Oh, I need to tell you. I can't hear you.
Okay. Well, telling me you can't hear me is just going to make me just talk louder, and that's not what you're saying. You're saying basically, when you're doing work, see you later for anything else. That's what you're saying. No. That's what you're saying.
Oh God.
Correct? That's what you're saying.
Well, it's. I try to multitask, but my ears sometimes.
I understand you try to multitask, and I understand that that's difficult for you, right? Yeah. So I'm saying, how about this? Tell me, babe, I'm doing a code. Hold on a sec.
Okay.
Or something.
But I don't.
And but like, okay, no. It's not about what you don't want.
I don't want to tell you, hold on a sec.
No. You have to tell me, hold on a sec, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to flap off with my jaws, and I do it very fast. I can talk. I talk for a living. Okay. And I'm going to expect you to catch what I'm saying. Because what do I always say? I say what? Did you hear me? And you'll say, yup. And then what I say next. What did I say?
Yeah, you always say that. You always say that.
And then you be like, yank. Stuttering Stanley.
You always ask me.
This is not written, y'all. This was not planned. We just having a real discussion on a real day while I'm crocheting. Okay? Yeah, that's what you say. So how about you just like when you're in the kitchen, clean the kitchen up. You say, hold on, babe, I'm about to blend something up, don't you?
I do.
I say, okay.
Yes,
okay. And you say it like I'm about to bite your head off. Okay, it's all good in the hood. I know you working.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm not as bad as you think I am. But what happens is this. When you don't communicate, because they do say this, they say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do say that a lot of relationships, marriages, because that's the only relationship that really matters. It's like I'm joking. No, I'm serious. No, any relationship, y'all. Hi, Miss Susan. How are you? Any relationship, if you do not have communication, is a problem. Would you say that's true?
I would say that.
Would y'all say that's true?
Yeah.
So communication is just what it is. Communication. Communication basically takes away from the devil. Cause see, the devil likes what?
Confusion.
Right. So when you don't communicate, like how I feel, I'm dirt serious, right? I do not like having to tell you or say, babe, you know I don't like soggy bread. No, I'm not like no more wire hangers, Joan Crawford, guys. Don't think I am. I'm really not. I am not. If you looked at my house, it's a little out of whack, but my mind is like an iron steel trap. I feel like things should be the way they should be, right? But no, yeah, I mean, I just feel like at this point, you should know I don't like soggy bread. You've been putting me through this for 20 plus years. Would you say that's the truth, babe?
Well, not 20 plus years.
We've been together for a long time, baby.
Yes,
I can say 20 plus years. I know we've been married for 20.
Maybe at least the past 10 years. I don't know.
No, let's say 15.
15. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I said, you know what? Why have a disagreement when you don't have to? Let's play prevention.
I remember back in the day, you ate my sub. It was soggy, but you ate it.
No, it wasn't soggy.
It wasn't soggy?
It wasn't soggy.
Okay.
And you still remember that?
I remember that.
Okay, let's go further back when you ate my egg roll. You ate my whole egg roll.
Well, a sub is bigger than an egg roll.
No, it's the principle here. I was in the bathroom and you went on or took it upon yourself and you said, well, I thought it was mine.
See?
Like, no. What made you think that was mine? That was yours.
I was hungry. I came home. I was hungry. And you left it there. So I thought it was
Yeah, I
mine.
left it there. I was going to eat it later.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, you tend to change your mind. Say, oh, I don't want it now.
And that's my prerogative as a woman. It's my food.
And so if I eat the food, and then you'd be like, well, darn, I was going to eat this.
Look, we getting some comments. Miss Susan, I'm doing well. Putting my king-size bed frame up, but I had to break for a little bit. Okay, awesome. King bed, I know that's right. Hey, Miss Kit Kat, hey, from Cali. I agree. I just celebrated our 40th anniversary, and it will be 41 years in May. Well, happy early anniversary, right, babe?
Yes, happy
40 years, they got us by a whole 20. Hello. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, we're figuring it out, y'all, still after 20 years, y'all. But today, I was sitting here, and I was, doing my thing up on here. You're welcome. And he comes in here and asks me, do I want some soggy bread? And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, he got a call, y'all.
Okay.
After all these times, he should know that I don't like no soggy bread. So I said, you know what? Instead of me internalizing it, because see, when I internalize stuff, it does a lot of damage. And the thing about it is, that's not just me. That's anybody. I used to think that was an option because I had anger issues when I was younger. And so now that I'm in my 40s, I don't have anger issues now. I just have communication issues because I think that the solve to having anger issues is to not say anything at all. In fact, my psychiatrist told me opposite. No, I need to learn how to communicate. You know what I mean? Like with my mother-in-law, one day she got on my nerves because she was mistreating me literally our whole marriage. So I just told y'all how long we've been married. She's been mistreating me, talking to me any kind of way, sabotaging my marriage, doing this, doing that. Honey, I've been, reading Jezebel books, just doing, research and all that. And one day I just called her a Jezebel and haven't talked to her since. And I just felt so good about that, y'all. That I was actually to communicate the spirit that she had, which is a Jezebel spirit, y'all. And y'all probably dealing with one as well. And I told her basically that she's a Jezebel and get off my phone, and that's what happened, But now I'm learning that, just because I'm, don't get along with her is still his mom. And so we have boundaries. We said we're not going to talk to her much because the relationship is a little off. But we'll call her here and again. In fact, we called her yesterday after 2 months not talking. And it was nice. He stayed on the phone with her all of 5 minutes because that spirit was coming right back out. And we got on out of there. But so the thing about it is, yes, communication is key, y'all. Communication is key in any relationship, y'all. So that's what we're doing. 1, 2, 3. All right. So what we're doing in this, guys, is I'm trying to make a mesh shirt. Yes, I'm trying to do a mesh shirt, and so that's what we're doing. And yeah. Is it mesh or is it fishnet or whatever you want to call it? All right, so we're going to do chain up 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to turn the work. So yeah, so let me, since this is how it started, my husband had to go and take a business call. I'm going to just maybe talk about how my husband and we met. I think that's fun to crochet too, guys. And make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. Our channel is called Today Crochet on YouTube. We're also on TT. All right. So this is how we met. You want the long or the short? Well, shoot, what else are y'all doing? All right, so I first met my husband actually. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to be nosy and listen to my husband's conversation. Okay, let me stop. But I had first met my husband, guys, when I was probably 19. I didn't know that he was going to be my husband. In fact, he was actually dating my coworker / manager. And she would bring her man up to the job. Don't ever do that, guys. Don't bring your man up to your job, but we were young and all that. But it's okay because, hey, if she didn't do that, we wouldn't be together. What's going on? I need to get off? Huh?
Yeah.
I need to get off?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we're talking about...
How you change your mind sometimes?
No, how... No, how we met.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we initially met. Somebody said, I enjoy listening to how people met and fell in love. Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to get the median of it because it's a long story. I was at the part, basically, I met you while you were dating my coworker / manager. So you would come up there and pick her up, and I would see you guys together. I had my own boyfriend, so it's one of those little awkward things that it wasn't awkward then because I didn't know I was going to marry the guy. But anyway, we met then, and then officially we met when my dad took me out. He's, we always would go out for dinner and a movie, my dad and I. So he was actually my first teacher of a guy taking you out, having a good time. Yeah, that's basically. So even to this day, I love that, even though we don't do that anymore because of certain reasons. But that's how my husband and I met. We met when my dad took me to dinner and a movie, and we met during the dinner part. Now, what happened? Because he swears he's the reason why we ultimately met. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was working there, and yeah, I actually saw you in my workstation. And I actually saw you. You didn't see me, but I saw you.
That's true.
And I went and I made myself available. I purposely walked past you and said,
Oh,
hello.
see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I purposely walked past you.
Uh-huh.
I really didn't need to go to the back of the office. I could have stayed in my work section. So I actually walked past you on purpose.
Now, don't lie. We met at a darn buffet.
Okay.
What office you talking about?
All right, I said back of the office. Okay, the back of the restaurant.
Okay.
Back where they cook the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have to go back there. I could have stayed in my little station. I used to work in the bread section of the station. Okay, of the restaurant.
Okay.
And I left my area, which I don't think you're supposed to do unless you're supposed to be doing something. So I left my area and intentionally walked past you.
Okay, and so me in high fashion, like back in the day, I wasn't pressed. I wasn't expecting some guy to walk up to me or say hi, or especially someone from my past that was dating my darn, manager. Especially, I didn't like her, and she didn't like me. But anywho, I was on the way getting me some fried chicken or whatever. So I looked back and I said, oh, hey, and I kept it moving. Now I'm gonna tell you how good God is, right? So my father and I, we were actually seated in my husband's section. This buffet, most buffets are huge. We could have sat anywhere else, okay? But for some reason, God had us, my father and I, seated right literally maybe 5 feet away from where my husband was working. And so I would see him. I was looking at him. I think he was looking at me. I don't know.
I was.
Okay. And so just so happened, and we're germaphobes to this day, but this lady went up to the darn buffet, y'all, and she was getting some, I think he worked in the dessert section, so maybe she was getting some banana pudding or something.
Yeah.
And she took the spoon.
The bakery section, so yeah.
Right.
And desserts.
Oh, okay. So she took the spoon and took her finger and actually swiped the food with her finger like it was at home. And so God had me have all this darn gumption to go up and say, excuse me. And I went up to him and I said, excuse me, you need to wash this spoon because this lady took it and put her fingers all in it. And that's how it started, right? Went back. And I went back and finished my food. Men always knows who the woman he's going to marry. Hello, Miss Susan. You right about that. And so we went to the other, back to my seat. My father and I, we had our chicken and all that was so funny. And it's a great memory, guys, because my father's no longer here. But, just talking about this, it just brings back great memories. But, so anyway, before my father and I were going to leave to go to the movie, I said, okay, let me go up here and say hello. To this day, I don't know what gave me the courage to walk up to some guy and basically get his number in front of my father. Now, granted, I was 20-something. I was 20 years old. I was a grown woman. And even my father was like, oh, okay, I get it. Y'all really like doing this in front of me. Like, that was like...
I was actually surprised I was doing this in front of him, too. I was like, I'm actually getting number, in front of her father. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I walked up to him because the thing about it is the last time you knew he was going to be your husband. Okay, yeah, that's right. I walked up to him and I said, well, hey, because the last time I seen him, of course, he was with, that lady. I said, well, are you still with so-and-so? And he's like, no. He said, are you still with your boyfriend or whatever? I was like, no. And I said, okay, well, give me your number or I give you, what happened, babe? I don't know.
We decided to, exchange numbers or...
No, I ain't give you my number.
You asked me for my number.
Yeah, because I knew you were working.
This
is before cell phones, y'all.
This is before cell phones.
Yeah.
I had a pager.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually had a pager, so that's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
And I had a business card. And I had my pager number on my business card. Mm-hmm. And so I gave her my business card.
Right. And so, honey, my father and I went to go see Swim Fan. Oh yeah, that's dating this story. And he fell asleep. Thank God, because that movie had a scene in it that I did not want to sit there and watch with my father. But anyway, um, we went there and I went home, or I got dropped back off at the dorm because, yes, I was in college. And I called it expecting to get a human voice. I got a pager, like a beep, 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 whatever. Yeah, we going way back with the pager story, yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And so I left a message. I said, okay, hey. I don't know the body of the message, but I know the ending to this day. I said, I gave the number. So I was like, now here's my number, 555-1212. And then I said a little more words, and I said, and just in case you didn't get that number, 555-1212. And then I said something else. And I said, and one more time.
Yeah.
My number is 555-1212. I was very aggressive with that. And so that we met on a Saturday, and I think he called me on a Monday. Now, later on, he told me that he actually went to one of his ex-girlfriends to say, hey, should I call this girl? Because, she used to work with my ex. And I guess the homegirl said, sure. I guess that's how it went, right?
It did.
She ain't want him.
You know how you have relationships and,
Mm-hmm.
You can decide to be just like cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what that was. And so I asked, and I told her my issues, because I was concerned, because you did work with one of my exes.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, oh, why not?
Yeah, lo and behold, thank you so-and-so, right? She gave the permission. She didn't really want him. In fact, she let me know that, because within the time, and I didn't even know who the woman was at the time, one of our first dates, if probably was our first date, so first time we were supposed to meet up, he was late, and he was over this girl house, and she was like in the background, and I was a young buck, because I'm going to tell you, if I was the woman I am today, oh, homegirl wouldn't have gotten away, and he wouldn't have gotten away with that either. But anyway, she said, oh, if I wanted him, I could have him. Now, honey, that's why when we young, we supposed to be a little dumb, because we've been together for over, 2 decades of marriage. So, of course, I wasn't supposed to take what she said to heart, because we wouldn't have made it. And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
I had no idea that was going to happen like that.
Yeah, and he says that.
I had no idea.
But any woman who said, if I want him, I could have him. Oh, no, that's not a good sales pitch. But, oh, well, it's okay. Wow. What y'all young folks would say, that's a red flag.
I had no idea that was going to happen.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Guess what? I paid you back. I paid you back for that one.
Oh,
we paid each other back.
Yeah.
Because he put me through a whole bunch of stuff. He was like, oh, he wanted this clean girl. This innocent girl.
I did.
All the while, he had another female on the side, y'all. Mm-hmm. Had her on speed dial. When I wasn't available, he would call her. But then he was like, but I really wanted to be with you. Well, that's true, too. Because he did go and invited me over to Thanksgiving dinner.
I did.
And I met his grandmother and his dad, which was awesome, because he hadn't seen his dad in years. Like, how many years was it? Like, that was the first time.
Yeah, it was the first time I'd seen him.
As a grown man.
Yes.
Well, look at that. And he chose to, to have me in that situation. Did you know he was going to be there?
No.
Oh, okay. Idea. Well, that was awkward. Kind of, sort of. But his dad, for some reason,
that was a surprise for me.
It was the weirdest thing, but it's not weird. It was orchestrated by God. His father walked up. His father's no longer here either, y'all. This how many years we've been together. People have come and gone. But his dad walked up to me and he said, oh, basically he was giving me the okay, like, oh, you going to be his wife. So I want you to look out for my son, because he's been a little sheltered. You know what I mean? And he was talking about his mother. To this day, I don't talk to his mom. Unfortunately, at least I loved his dad, and I love his mom in Christ, but that's about it. Okay, I'm just keeping it 100. But yeah, he said for me to look out for him. And I was like, wow, I didn't know how to take that. So to this day, those words, he kind of left he kind of left like an impression on me where I always had to look out for my husband and say, okay, husband, we got to get better at this thing. You know, a Proverbs 31 woman. That's basically what I am to my husband. And, and you just, I guess my King David, huh?
Yes!
Minus the wives?
Minus the wives.
Yeah.
No, it was actually, you guys can look it up. Is it King Lemire?
Who?
King Lemire.
King Lemire.
Yeah, his mother actually told him how to find a wife.
Oh, yeah, that was the Proverbs 31 woman.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, this marriage was destined in heaven, y'all. It really was. I mean, we had, really, our story is so bumpy that only God is the one who kept the glue together. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So we got married real fast, too. I think I met him 1 year, maybe a year and a half later. We got married, if that. It was real. Okay, how about this? We met in March of 2002. And we got married in September of 2003. So that's like a year and a half, right? Yeah. It didn't take long. You know, we had moved in together and we were told not to live in sin. So we went on and got married, and he wanted to find a wife. He was like Hakeem off the Dern Coming to America. He was trying to find his wife.
Definitely.
Because he'd been through it, honey. I was not his first choice.
You tell the truth, right?
I wasn't your first choice, was I, babe?
Well, sometimes you don't know which choice is the best choice.
I'm putting them on the spot for views.
You really are.
I'm putting them on the spot for likes and views. I'm sorry. But, I mean, to this day, I'm in my 40s. We've been married a long time. And I do feel like, I feel like, you know, that lady in Single, no, not Single, the Hand That Rocks the Cradle. And she said, no, I was not his first choice. Yeah. So tell that.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I wasn't his first choice, y'all. In fact, he left me for somebody else in between all that dating. That's the bumpy road.
Okay.
That's the bumpy road.
Okay, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. There was a lot of overlapping in my life.
Overlapping. He said it, not me. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. There was some overlapping going on. Okay. Was it overlapping?
Yes, yes, it was overlapping.
Is that what you call that?
I mean, overlapping is when I get in the car and some other chick is calling you and she's saying Happy Martin Luther King Day. Oh yeah, I remember dates.
Oh wow.
It was Martin Luther King Day back in 2002. Okay, I'm sorry, 2003. Okay. And he's picking me up for a date. And his phone ring and he answers it. And there's some chick on there saying, okay. And he's picking me up for a date. And his phone ring and he answers it. And there's some chick on there saying,
school together. And it seemed that seemed to be the option for me to go at that time. There was that just seemed to be the best option because I had gone to school with her. Now you, on the other hand, I had met you.
Okay.
But we didn't have any conversations like that. We had one conversation. I believe. One.
Right.
Before we actually started dating.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a history, and I only saw you maybe once or twice. This person I saw multiple times because we went to school together.
This was his logic, y'all.
That's my logic, right?
Yeah, it's not a good one,
right?
But okay.
It's very not. It's very bad. It's very bad. And besides, I also had some hesitation because I didn't want any drama because of you knew one of my other exes, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so this one seemed to have no issues, and this one seemed to be kind of complicated. So I went to the one that I felt that was more familiar, and it seemed that didn't have any issues. You know, based on my young 20-year-old sight,
25.
20s sight, okay? Okay. Yeah, and perception, so...
Okay.
That's the decision I made then.
Right.
But you know that some of the decisions that you make may not be your best decisions, right?
That's true.
Right. So, just because I made the decision doesn't mean it was the best one for me. And God knows what's best for you also.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Right. So
Yeah, because we've been through so much. Like I told you, the road was so rocky that anything could have knocked us off of that road to marriage.
Oh yeah.
So I know that God ordained it, because most relationships probably wouldn't have been able to withstand that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being as though we were young and we were just building and stuff. I met guys like that I knew was the one, but when they mentioned children, I'd sabotage. I didn't want to try. Yeah, and I think that's what he tried to do with us. He tried to sabotage his own relationship with me.
I did.
I think you were scared.
I was.
Yes, I mean, looking back at it, come on now. You should be able to look at it through some fresh eyes. You're 40-something years old now. You're not the young buck that you were when we first got married.
You're spreading all real thick. But yeah, that's true.
It's no possible way you would do the same thing today.
No, not at all.
Yeah, knowing what you know.
Knowing what I know now, definitely.
Yeah,
not.
You didn't want any children. Okay. Yeah, well, how about this? This marriage is something, isn't it?
Yeah. Has it changed? Has your thought on that changed? Yeah.
Thought on what changed?
Well, she said she didn't want any children.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it's up to her. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well,
but yeah, I definitely would not have made the same decision. If, now that I'm in my 40s, and sometimes, a lot of times we need help, right? Sometimes we don't know what's best for us.
No, we don't.
Yeah, most of the time we don't know what's best for us.
No, we don't.
I'm gonna keep that real.
Yeah. Yeah, we almost ruined it.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah, but what God has for you, He has for you.
That's true. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna. Okay, you know what? You wanna take that on, because that's what all these people are saying. Oh. Yes, what God has for you, you can ruin it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. You can now. Nobody else can take it away, but your decisions, your personal decisions, can uproot what God has for you. Because from the beginning of time, and that what it is, He wanted Adam and Eve to live in the garden, not knowing stuff, not knowing knowledge, just living there and footloose and fancy free. But they took what? They took the apple. So God had something great for them. They were supposed to live forever.
Yeah.
But they ruined it. And that's when grace and mercy had to come in. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that, y'all. We have a whole YouTube. Actually, we got two. We got two YouTubes. We got one for this tea thing, and then we also have this video actually is going to be on our crochet channel, because we're building that. But we also have a tea channel, and it's called, of course, What's the Tea Today. So you guys could actually go and subscribe to that as well. Well, you get the beautiful woman that was for you. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Yeah. And by beautiful, it's not just beauty. It's not just, outwardly. It's funny that this is actually coming from what we just did, So Chanel Chronicles, right?
We did.
And she was standing there saying she looks good and all this vanity and all that. Y'all gotta see the video. We going to post it tonight. And beauty is from within.
It is.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we get caught up in just physical looks. Now, I'm not gonna lie now, physical looks is something that's natural. Of course, you're gonna, look for somebody who, looks appealing to your eye. Maybe not appealing to everyone else's, but it just may look good for you. And I learned that through seeing some of my husband's exes. You know what I mean? That's how I learned it. Okay? You didn't.
Oh gosh.
You didn't expect that,
No, I did not expect that. Oh wow.
Okay. Yep. So we're making here, y'all. Y'all got a story time. That's what it's all about here on, what the heck is that darn channel
Today
called?
Crochet.
Today Crochet. I am crocheting, y'all, and giving y'all a what? A story time. And this is my shirt. And it looks like it's going to be small, but it's okay. Because, you know, the smaller the better. I'm a chunky, I'm not chunky, but I'm a thick chick. And so I said, you know what? These type of things you are not going to find in the stores. And if you do, it's going to be a pretty penny. So I pay with my time, sweat equity. That's what they call it, sweat equity. And so this is supposed to be a fishnet. I'm actually following a pattern from, it's online. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Y'all learning from me. I'm not going to name drop. I'm too early, but I'm such a giver. But yeah, so I learned on YouTube, guys. That's the best place to learn, y'all. YouTube. And just to know, you guys, I'm going to have a blog pretty soon where I'm going to put recipes, patterns. You know, when I say recipes, crochet recipes / patterns. But we're going to call them recipes because that's basically what they are. And the reason why they're recipes, I feel, or I like to say they're recipes, is because you can get the pattern and, you know, switch it up to what you like. You know, once you get to that point. Now, of course, in the beginning, of course, you want to follow the recipe from start to finish because, of course, you're a beginner. But as you get more comfortable inside and out, yes, you are. I like well-groomed men, which has nothing to do with looks. Oh, yeah. You know, cleanliness is next to godliness. That's one thing about my husband. My husband didn't have an odor. He was always well dressed, properly dressed. I'm not saying he had Gucci and Poochie, oh, no. But he was clean, you know, fingernails look good, all that. Oh, no, cleanliness is next to godliness, okay? Oh, no, we don't want nobody who ain't sanitized. I don't know what else to say, right? You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're recipes because as you get comfortable, guys, you're gonna go ahead and do your own thing and switch it up. And if it says like this required 72 rows for somebody, shoot, I said I want a little bit more room, so I did 80, and then I added 9 because they said, okay, we're gonna add some, so mine is 89 rows. That's what I did. And so that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm a little more comfortable, guys, with the crochet hook and the yarn. And so I switched it up. Yeah. So they're recipes. Look out for that. It's going to actually be called Today Crochet.com. Yeah. So that's going to be soon. We're going to put that out there. And yeah, look forward to more story times. I don't, you know, look, I've been a good girl. You know, I don't have a lot of, shoot, God's saying, please don't put yourself down. But I don't have a lot of like out of this world stories that I feel I do. I don't know. What you think, babe? Do we have something worth listening to?
Oh, I believe so.
Yeah, I talk a lot about wellness. We do a little bit of relationships. We don't really like putting our relationship out there, but I just feel like we told that story just to give you guys hope. You know, to be nice to that person that you meet. You never know, that person may be your husband in a few years.
Definitely.
Maybe your wife in a few years. I'm talking to the fellas when I say that. Hint, hint. But anyway,
Maybe.
you just never know. You know. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I don't want to make the video too long. Okay, TT, y'all. If y'all want to see this in, you know, see the replay of this, please check the channel. Okay, and it will be up there, guys, and watch the videos. Watch them from start to finish. Okay, because I got a lot to say. Just to let y'all guys know.